Hello, Renee.
Hi, Tenzin. How are you? Can you see me okay?
Yes, I can see you. I can hear you.
Perfect.
I am so enthralled and delighted to have you on my show.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for inviting me. It's great to be here. It's great to be
Yeah.
here with you.
I assume it's morning there in Toronto?
Yes, 10 a.m.
Okay,
That's
here it's evening in Mumbai. So I'm extremely enthralled and delighted to have you as my guest on my show. To all our dear audiences, this is Renée Lindo, the very enterprising, very exuberant entrepreneur, a very accomplished personal fashion stylist and branding expert. Now, Renée has a really good treasure hold of experience in this field. Not just that, she is a branding expert. Now, Renée, you must have been dealing with really diverse number of clients, different bandwidth of clients. How has your experience been in this industry? Because we are acutely aware of the fact that you change and make for a difference in people's life by making them look good and feel good. So how do you feel like, when you look back in hindsight, what has your experience been like?
Yes, so that is what really attracted me. That's why I really wanted to be a personal stylist, because what I really enjoyed was really to see the change. I call them the mirror transformations in my
Absolutely.
clients. Right? They'll come to me, feeling not really great about themselves, or they're just in a rut, or they're in a transition in life where they're trying to get to a new job or do a new career, or just had a baby and they really want to feel good again and zhuzh up how they feel. And people may think it's superficial, but how you look has a huge impact on how you feel and the energy that you can share with the world. And so my job is really, I think I see myself as a translator to really translate, what the woman, the vision that she has of the life that she wants to enjoy, the vision that she has of how she wants to show up. And so I help her to communicate that to the world, right? So we go through with my clients, we take through a whole process. I call it the best me process of just trying to understand what are their challenges, how they want, what words mean to them, what certain words mean when they want to describe their style and communicate their how they want to look. And for me to really work with them and to help them, even it's a lot of it is mindset as well, help them to really feel good, to understand how to dress their body so that they can show up powerfully. So yeah, the question was, how does it feel? It's amazing, because I've had clients who, when I work with them, you see tears running down their face because they never realized that they could look beautiful, or they never felt beautiful. And to be able to help women do that is really quite an honor for me, and I feel fantastic to be able to do that.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. I think it's very, very accurately put there. I think we berate ourselves the most.
Yes.
The same thing in our conversation yesterday. We had Pia Trivedi, who was actually an Indian actress and model, and she said this very clearly, that, being in the show business, or whether or not you are as a woman in the show business, the world is constantly judging you. It's just throwing you all this judgment and stereotypes. Sometimes it gets really difficult, and the self-talk that we have with ourselves really impacts us, the way we think, the way we walk, everything. So it's all in the mind.
Right here.
Get it?
Right? Even a
Right.
part of, I have a style coaching course.
And I think it's yes.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
we talk about that, right? We talk about body love, and we talk about some of the things that we tell ourselves, because that a lot of times that is really what is holding us back. We heard stories maybe when we were a child, or maybe we were jeered growing up, or in high school, teenagers can be spiteful, and we keep those same things in our mind, and we tell ourselves these stories until we start to believe them, and they're really not true. They're stories that we make up. And
Made
so
up in
it's a process, right, to help us to get through that negative talk, that negative self-talk. And then we're bombarded with images on the internet. We're bombarded with media. We're bombarded with what we think beautiful should look like. And that's so not the case, right? I mean, I try to tell my clients that what you see on Instagram and what you see in the media is not real life. It is a highlight reel, right? They're not showing you everything in their life. And it's really important to know that, right? I mean, how can you have women who are over 40 and there are no wrinkles, there are everything is photoshopped out, right? Yeah. The smooth skin of what we think beauty should be. And so that those things aren't real, right? So it's really a process to understand your body, honor your body, and be so grateful for the life and the journey that your body allows you to enjoy, right? It allows us to enjoy all of life's experiences. It takes us into the world. And it's so powerful when we are really grateful for, you know, the fact that, okay, our legs may have more weight than we would like, but our legs allow us to walk. They allow us to go to work. They allow us to, all of those things, right, to take us through the world. So I really try in my course to help women along that process.
Absolutely. Now, I'm also aware that in conjunction with, you know, being a personal fashion stylist and wardrobe expert, you're also someone who is very, very sort of experienced in personal branding, because I'm sure this is right. You're originally from a corporate background, and that makes you more knowledgeable in terms of understanding how important, you know, knowing how to integrate, you know, personal branding or personal brand image by inculcating some sort of self-confidence. So, what would be your master advice to young, budding, aspiring personal fashion stylists trying to grow in this industry that you're already in?
Yes. So that's right. So my background is corporate. I was a sales director, and I grew up I'm in the from the pharmaceutical world. So I've built my career over 20 years in that space. And I realized that, you know, one day it just wasn't what I loved anymore, right? It didn't it really sucked my soul. I knew that there had to be another way for me to play bigger in this world. How can I help women to really show up and be the fabulous, wonderful selves that they are? Because at my level, there were no other women in the room, right? I was always the only woman there. And I said, if I can help women to feel confident, to put their hands up for more, to ask for the raise, to go out to put themselves out for that bigger project, that's what I wanted to do. And so I've always loved fashion and style. And so I said, no, I'm going to try this. I've loved it and I've been good at it. And people have always come to me. So I said, you know what, I'm going to bet on me. I've launched billion-dollar products for companies. So I'm going to take a chance on myself and do this. So for someone who is new and starting out in the business, I would strongly recommend, don't be afraid to do work for free, because you need experience, right? I think that's one of the key. People think that, as I finish, I need to start working and making money. Sure you do, but as you're building your career, you know, say yes to a lot of things, because you want the experience. You want to work with different bodies. You want to work on different projects. You want to get the experience, because many times when you work with different photographers or just different people in the industry, you build your credibility. They get to know you. You build a reputation. And that experience is so important when you are working with different clients. So that's one of the big points, is to not be afraid to work for free. And
because I think because no amount of manuals can actually help you with that until you're practically there with a client, because you plan something and it doesn't turn out to be like that in real life. So I think what you mentioned is very, very true. You have to have a practical knowledge before you start choosing clients for real. That's true.
That is so true. That is so true. And then, you know, it's also important to keep learning. Don't think that I've arrived, I know everything, because you need to keep your edge. You need to know, you need to have your finger on the pulse of what's happening in the industry, what is going on, so that you know, right? And you're up to date with fashion and the trends and different ways of doing things. So always keep learning.
Yeah. And also, I think we all know this. Fast fashion is so enticing, Renee. We know this. And as women, we gravitate towards the most trending, you know, fashion substance there in the market. So what do you have to say about this? Because I know fashion keeps changing, but style is here to stay. How can people find their own personal style? And what is the best way to do that? I would like to hear it from you.
Sure. So yes, fast fashion is, you know, everybody wants to keep with the trends, and so the manufacturers are there constantly creating and turning over merchandise. And we know, or it's a well-known fact, that fast fashion is one of the huge players in our environment with environmental issues, right? So I know coming out of COVID, what we're hearing that people are more inclined to do is to invest more wisely. Think about how they're spending their dollars. Invest in pieces, in clothing that has longevity. So they may spend more in the front end. So you spend more on a quality piece, but the piece is going to last longer. You're going to wear it more, right?
Okay.
My other suggestion is to look for versatility. When you're going to shop to buy a piece, I always tell my clients, if you're shopping to buy a piece, think of how many ways you can wear this item. I say at least 3 to 5 items. If you don't have 3 to 5 different ways to wear this piece, then don't buy it, right? The idea is to invest wisely. Invest in pieces that have longevity. Invest in pieces that you can wear different ways. You can dress up, dress down, change your shoes, wear accessories. And also, also shop your closet. Look in your closet and try to put different outfits together with the pieces that you already have.
Yeah.
And then donate, right? Because donate is also another great way for sustainable fashion. Take what you have and donate, and then someone is going to wear that as their new piece and reimagine it and wear it differently, right? So
yeah,
I really think those are some important factors to keep in mind as you're thinking about fast fashion. It's really more about thinking about longevity, right? And investing wisely.
Because I'll be honest with you, Renee, I've been, repeating my clothes all over again. I think it's pretty satiating, to be honest. It's very satiating for me because I've never used my clothes so much before. Because now I'm going out for shopping, and I'm not someone who is very good with online shopping. Size is something that I always mess up with. So, very
wear your clothes. Yeah, wear your clothes. Add a blazer. Add a statement necklace. Change the top. Right. Add a vest. So there's so many different things that we can do to change up or look, still using the same pieces, but it allows you to get more longevity and versatility out of your closet instead of having to buy. And if you have a piece in your closet that you can only wear one way, that's not it takes up space, and it's really not a good use of your money and the investment.
True. So invest in basics and make sure it is, something that you wear over and over again, and it's multifunctional. Yes?
Sure, definitely. When you invest in basics really extend your wardrobe, right? Basics would, when you say basics aren't the same for every woman. It really depends on her lifestyle. If she's more corporate, her basics are going to be different from someone who is a stay-at-home person. But if I think of a corporate person, basics could be like a cami that she can layer underneath a jacket, a dark denim that she can dress up more easily than if you have distressed denim. Those are always casual, but a dark denim you can dress up or dress down. Black pants, a black skirt, you can wear those so many different ways. A white button-down shirt is a key classic piece that I think everyone should have. You can wear that dressed up with a nice fancy skirt. You can wear it under a jacket. You can layer it over a dress and wear the dress as a skirt. So you can wear it under a dress. So there's so many ways to wear a white button-down shirt. It's a classic piece.
Yeah.
That we should have in our wardrobe.
Right. Now, I've also watched a lot of your content on Instagram. I stalk you on Instagram because there's so much meaningful content out there. Please, guys, do check it out. It's Let's Get Dressed Now. Renée Lindo, she has some amazing information. I've actually, I think, watched your content on dressing for body types. You must have seen me. I've been an ardent fan of yours, and also I think I've seen you addressing for body types, choosing the right colors, and mixing these colors, the color coordination, all of this. So, what, according to you, Renee, is the biggest fashion faux pas for any person?
I think when you're trying to dress like someone else, that's a huge no-no. What is really important about your style and communicating your style and who you are is being true to you, because this is your style, right? That's the only game you're going to win. If you're trying to be like the person, whomever, or something you see in a magazine, it's not going to work. It's not going to be authentic to you. But when you can authentically wear clothing that speaks to your personality, clothing that when you see it, you're like, yes, this is me, that is the best thing that you can do. Trying to be someone else, you'll never win that race. And also, the thing is dressing your body type. That is a critical piece in looking put together all the time.
Yes.
Your body shape, it makes a world of difference because clothing fits you much better. It lays on your body better. You don't have things bulging. You don't have all of that going on. So being true and authentic to your style. And how do you know what your style is, right? You take a moment, and I have it, this is on Instagram as well, but you take a moment and you just think about what are the words that come to mind when you want to describe yourself. How do you want people to feel when they come in contact with you? What do you want to communicate? And you think about that, and then you try to, you can get inspiration from magazines, on the internet, celebrity icons, whatever that is. And when you look at their style and you say, yes, I like this, and you try to just not copy per se, but include some of those elements into your own style, and you make it authentically you.
Yes. So I think authenticity is something that we really need here. It's very pivotal for all of us right now in terms of finding your own personal style. Maybe you can seek inspiration, but not like exactly copy it. Maybe an extract from it.
Right,
but
you
not
see inspiration. You get inspired, but you're not going to copy it because it's not going to look the same on you as it looks on that person.
Yes.
Right, you can get inspiration. You can say, I like how that looks. Let me see how I can do it my way. Because let me tell you, our uniqueness is what makes us fantastic. That is what makes us different. That is our magic that we share with the world. Our differences. That is what people want to know you. They want to get to know you. You have something to offer. So when we acknowledge that and we embrace our differences, it doesn't matter how different you are from the next person, when we embrace our differences, that is really when we shine and when we can stand in our power.
Yes, couldn't agree more, Renée. I think it's very true. So I know that, of course, you're very well aware of this fact that you are a fashion queen. So growing up as a child, did you always want to pursue in the field that you're in right now, in the niche that you're in right now? I'd really be interested to know.
Well, no, growing up as a child, I never knew that this was a thing, right? Growing up as a child, I grew up in Jamaica, and so growing up as a child, being a stylist or a personal stylist was not a career that you heard about, right? It's be a doctor, lawyer, accountant, it to be some type of professional. And so I wanted to be a doctor. I loved my pediatrician, and I also wanted to be a doctor. So I did, went through, did my O-levels, did all my schooling, went to university with the mindset that I was going to be a doctor. But I knew, but growing up, and with something I shared with my mom, we always loved fashion. We always went to beauty pageants and fashion shows, and we were always surrounded because she was a very stylish woman. We were always shopping. So I've always loved it. It was just a part of who I am. She was very classy and stylish. And so I've got some of her traits there. And even in university, I'll help girls get dressed to go out. Even in my last job as a sales director, I took some of my reps shopping and helped them to shop and put themselves together. So I knew it was something that I loved to do. But as a child growing up, it was never something that I saw as a career per se. Just as I've gotten older, I said, I think this is something that this is how I can share my gifts with the world. This is how I can help women look good and feel good. So it's just now as an adult that it's become really like, this is what I want to do. It was always, you'd get those questionnaires as a leader, what would you do if money were no object? What would you do if you couldn't fail? Right. And my answer was always to be in the fashion industry. It was always to be in style. And it's really more style and not fashion, because I think, as you said before, fashion just changes, right? Style is something that is very personal to us and who we are. So it's really about helping. What I do, I really help women to communicate their style. I help them to communicate who they are and how they want to show up in the world, and being very on trend, very current.
Yes, because you've got some really good aesthetics when it comes to fashion. You understand. So I think each one of us, we have our own aesthetics. Sometimes good, sometimes not so much so. But we need to find ourselves. This is a beautiful journey. And fashion is a very good modality of expressing ourselves, of who we are, our choices, and then kind of also helps build our image, right? Helps improve relationships. We can go on and on about this.
You're right. Because how you show up is people know, right? Yes.
So how has your life changed now, post the outbreak of the coronavirus? Because I know you style your clients virtually now. I think it must be different from, physically styling them. So how has it made that difference in your professional career?
So I've always worked from home, even in my corporate role, I've worked from home. But in terms of my business, yes. So I'm used to, as a personal stylist, you're used to meeting your clients, going to their homes and helping them with their closet. You're used to going out and shopping with them or for them, actually face to face, to really help them. So now, as you mentioned, all of my services are now online,
Okay.
as well, virtual. So I work with my clients virtually. So I do a closet edits virtually. So the client will have their camera in their closet while they try their clothes on, and I help them to really edit and go through stuff that no longer works for their body, what no longer fits, what's out of date, and what I think they can do better with. So we do that on video. I'm there, I'm the eyes, just like we are here, and she tries on, and we have our piles just like I would do in person, but I'm not with her. And then also I have a platform that I use when I'm working with clients, where she has a virtual closet. So
Okay.
I have a virtual closet where she can upload pictures of her clothing that she wants me to help her style. Then I shop virtually with finds, and then I add them to her closet, and then I create a lookbook. And this is all virtual. So I create a lookbook. So I put outfits together with what I find, what she has, incorporate her outfits. And so when she goes on now, she sees all the different outfits that she could possibly wear with the items I suggested, and then have shoppable links. So the links are right on the items that she wants to buy them. They're right there. So it's a really seamless process, and really clients love that, right? It incorporates what they have, the new things that I found, put it together, create a lookbook, and they can shop right there and have it delivered. Shop from the comfort of their couches.
I mean, it sure sounds therapeutic to me. Getting the clothes and having the link, and you got to do nothing. I mean, Renée is doing it all for you guys. Please check it out. She's an amazing personal fashion stylist. If you are seeking help in fashion, styling your own personal brand image, here is Renée Lindo, the expert. This is a question, the next question that I'm about to ask you. What are your principles of success? This is a question I ask all my guests who've been on my show, because it's so interesting to derive different meanings of success, because every person, they have their own meaning of success. It can connote different meanings to different people. So what is your meaning of success, definition of success, and what are your principles of success? Because the audiences watching right now can learn from your journey of success in whatever career that you're in right now, as a personal fashion stylist, as an entrepreneur, as a branding expert. So that the main objective here is that people must learn it. And right now, the pandemic is making us feel so uncertain, dark, negative about the whole situation. So with my show, I'm really trying to bring in a lot of positive content and feed in more positive content there. So what are your principles of success, and what does success mean to you?
All right. So my principles of success, because I have been, in my corporate background, I was very successful. Always met all my goals, always was the top. And so some of the key principles for success for me that I'm able to carry out into my new business. Number one is execution. I've always been execute. I may not come up with the idea, but I can execute your idea better than you can. So execution is key. The ability to put, it's all well and good to have a plan, but if you don't execute, and if you don't execute with excellence, that plan falls short. So execution is key. Hard work. There's no substitute for hard work. You have to put the hard work in. Nobody gets successful and gains rewards and accolades by not working hard. That is par for the course. Execution, hard work, and also believing in yourself. Knowing that you are capable of achieving whatever goals that you set for yourself. I have a very strong faith, so that guides me has guided me along my success journey. And I just know that, sometimes when we get disappointed and things don't happen as we would like, I just tell myself that wasn't for me, right? There is something else that's on its way that is for me. And I really believe that. So it helps me to not be too disappointed, or to focus on what has gone, or what's in the past, and to just keep moving forward. So execution, hard work, and that mindset of knowing that I can accomplish it. right?
Yes.
And success to me means, and I've heard it, I saw it somewhere before, so I didn't come up with this, but it really means to me to be able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and with whom I want to do it, right? So it's really important for me to own my time. That was one of the key drivers in starting my business. I wanted to own my time. I have children I want to spend time with. I have things that I want to do. And so being able to own my time and determine how I spend and invest that time is really important. You know, time, we will never get back time. We can always make more money. And I strongly believe that. So when there's a choice between time and money, I'm going to choose time. I want to own that time and dictate how.
True, very true. Because I guess we often sort of perpetually sort of complicate the whole term success. You know, we think it's unattainable, and we think we're too small to make a difference in this world. But we need to shift our, you know, focus and our dimension to thinking that I am capable, I can do this. And moreover, whatever career that you are in right now, use that to the benefit of other people. Be of service to other people, because that is all we need. What is the use of education or knowledge? Yes. What is the use of your education, knowledge, your talent, if you don't use it for the benefit of other people, right? So I think what Renée said is 100% true.
That's such a great point, because I feel that we are given our gifts and talents just for us, but it's for us to serve the world. I truly believe that, because if we don't use our talents and what we've gotten, we didn't get, and I'm going to say God, because that's my person. God gave us our talents and gifts not just for us. He wants us to share with the world, to serve the world. And when we don't do that, then we're doing a disservice. We're being selfish, right? That's how I see it. And that helps. And when you have that mindset, it helps you to not be afraid to share, because you understand that, hey, I've been given these gifts to make the world a better place, to show the world, to share my magic with the world, and to show how I can help someone. Because you never know. You never know when something that you say affects someone else. Somebody could be going through a similar situation where they needed to hear your journey. They needed you to hear from you what you experienced and how you overcame that. And your skills and talents help you to help others. And so I really believe strongly in that, is share what we have, our gifts, with the world. And that's why I think I know that my gift is style, right? I help women to feel good and look good. And when they feel good, are empowered to do more for themselves. And that brings me so much joy.
Yeah. I think the clothes that we wear have such a huge, massive influence on the way we think and the way we behave. Like, the moment you are in your PJs after work, you start feeling lethargic, lazy, all, you know, cozy. And then the moment you start wearing the blazer, you somehow are in the work mode. So that is, we are all, my dear friends, assuming roles, and we don't realize it just by wearing different clothes. The texture, the color, everything. So Renée, thank you so much. It was an amazing experience. A very, very delightful experience for me. Thank you so much for being on my show and for sharing your knowledge and expertise and your success journey with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
For joining. Thank you so much for having me to be here. All right. And just remember, if anyone has any questions, they can send me a DM, and I'm happy to help.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Renée.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you really like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, press the bell icon so that you never ever miss any update.